Podcast. The Brutal Intermission Podcast.
So I guess we could start with the boat. This is what, your third time on here?
Yes.
Third time. How's it going so far?
It's okay. It's okay. Not bad.
How does this festival compare to like the big festivals?
We start the interview?
Yeah.
Okay, great. How can you? What you say?
How does this festival compare to like you guys play a lot of those European festivals too, right? Like Wacken or whatever.
Well, it's always different to perform in a cruise in comparison with something that is more conventional in a way that you can play in places like Wacken, Hellfest, or
Right.
this is a special show in a way because you are in the middle of the ocean.
Right. Surrounded by fans.
Yes. It's great. It's great feeling, you know. It's a great feeling.
Okay. You guys are doing special sets for this. How did you guys come across? How did you come up with those sets?
We have a number of songs that we know, and we said because we have to perform twice here to the same people in a way. You have to change your set list.
Right. It's got to be different,
in order to be more interesting for the other people, you know. So don't see the set list that we performed the first day again. You know, we change songs in order to please every listener.
Right.
We try.
Okay. Fair enough. So your newest record was out this year, or the EP, right, in 23?
Our new EP will be out.
Right. You got one coming out this year?
On March, beginning of March.
It's already done?
Will be exclusively. We'll have it exclusively in our tour now. That we are going on tour on 10th of February with Viltimas and Extel.
In the United States?
United States.
Oh, nice.
It's a short run, you know, it's around 19 shows. And we are in the boat now. Next Saturday we play in Mexico City in Pepsi Center with an orchestra.
I've seen you guys do that before.
Yeah. And then we are going, we start the US tour in North American tour on 10th of February.
So how does the orchestra thing come about? Because you didn't fly to Mexico to practice with them, right? So how do they...
Well, we have done it
a number of times.
You know, you need just 2-3 rehearsals and you are fine because, you know, they are professional musicians.
Right.
They have done it before and it's not so tricky anymore, you know.
I think the mixture of that orchestra with your voice and all that blackish kind of metal is really interesting and it works really well.
Well, Septicflesh and orchestra is something. It's something that blends really well.
Yeah. Because
due to my studies, I have studied composition and orchestration. Some of the songs based on.
Oh, really? So when you're writing them, they're already being composed like that?
Yeah, sometimes I give to the guys my orchestral template, and they will add their metal part, or the opposite. They will send me the metal part, and I will add the orchestra.
Interesting.
We don't use the orchestra as a keyboard, you know, or something that can, you know, something that is. Just to add the color.
Right.
For us is the base.
It's an integral part of it. So when you're writing then, you're actually writing with the whole orchestra thing in mind. So how does that work out when you can't tour with with an orchestra? Then you
cannot tour because for the obvious reasons it's super expensive.
Right.
Well, we have you know, playback.
Keyboard, right.
Playback to support our needs. Because a keyboard player cannot easily cope with all the material we have from the orchestra. It's not an easy job to do.
Mexico, those are pretty rabid fans, right?
Crazy people, yeah, amazing.
I think
fans.
I've never been to there or South America, but I've heard that South American fans and that whole Spanish is really
they have
crazy.
This temperament, you know.
Yeah.
That it's gives a lot of energy to the band when perform.
Right.
It's a unique place, you know.
So do you have trouble, or how do you, maybe it's not trouble, but how do you kind of balance your performance based on like the audience? Because you're going to get 100,000 people in Mexico City and maybe 6,000 in a United States venue. Is this show? I mean, obviously the show is different, but the energy is different. Do you play?
Well, the numbers is not like that, but for sure, when we play with orchestra, we play in a big number, But again, it's a special show, There you have to compromise because you have to play sometimes in special theaters.
Right.
Also, the listeners are seated, are not.
And the volume too, probably, right?
Well, we played the show in Acropolis.
Oh wow!
Last September, which was.
Is that like mind blowing?
It's a dream that came true. I don't think we will ever pass this achievement. It's something that all the world wants to play there.
Sure.
But we managed to do it, and we had limits with the volume in order to protect the archaeological.
Oh. So the sound would
monument.
Yeah.
You need to be careful, but you play for the place. It's something that it gives you the vibes there are unique.
I imagine the vibes there are insane.
Because people like titans of music or theater have performed there, like
right.
Pavarotti, Karajan, the conductor,
right.
Maria
and then Septicflesh, right?
Yeah, it's something unique.
Was it intimidating?
Well, when I went to see the place as a performer, middle of the summer, it was heavy. I felt how heavy it is because it hosts 5,000 people, and it's very abrupt. It's everything in front of you.
Right.
It's heavy.
And it's historical, and there's so much shit there. Yeah.
And you can see Acropolis when you play, which is something that you cannot describe. There are no words to describe this feeling.
That's great.
We play now in Pepsi Center in Mexico City next Saturday. Amazing venue, but it's different. There you have the vibes of the history. Right. Now it's more a modern Pepsi.
Sure.
It doesn't. But we perform even if we have to play in a venue with 500 people.
Right, like I was telling you earlier, I saw you at the Canal Club in Richmond's, I don't know when that was, he said, Karim said 2015, but with Moonspell, and that was like probably a 500 seater or something.
But always you have to play like you play in front of 100,000 people. It doesn't matter the number of the people. You have to perform always your best.
Because I imagine, even if there's 100 people, those 100 paid their money for a Septicflesh show, so they got to see it, right?
Of course, it's something that
you can't phone it in.
You have to respect always the listeners.
Right. Interesting. How do you adjust to? We're all getting a bit older now. You've been doing this a really long time. How do you adjust to, aging in this sort of? Because it's not easy on the body, I'm sure.
Well, the band started a bit late to tour. We were start to tour nearly 20 years ago.
Right.
Which is not so heavy for a band. I know bands that they tour 35 years.
Right, like Candlemass or something. They're 40 years in.
But what else can we do? It's our life. It's our oxygen.
Right.
It's something that pleases us always. Of course, you don't have the same. You have some limits. You are not youngster anymore.
Right.
You can survive. You can tour with a van as we did.
Yeah,
15 years ago, we toured with a van in North America, which is not an easy task.
Right.
But we will do it. If we are healthy and in good shape, we will do it.
So you got to prepare a little bit differently, maybe.
Yeah. You have to be careful more.
Right. What do you guys have planned for you doing this USA run, and then what are you doing after that?
Then we will start to compose a new material.
Oh, really? Are you one of those bands that's always writing, or
No.
you set?
I'm very picky when we write an album. We used to write an album every 3 years before COVID, but now might take 4 years.
Right.
You know, because it's a challenge for us always to record an album and compose. We don't want to repeat ourselves. We want to present something that is new. We are picky, you know. We need something that has an identity to us, you know.
Right, which is going to bring me to one of my other questions. How do you like differentiate or make sure you don't write the previous record? Does that make sense? Because you still want to be faithful to the Septicflesh fans, but you don't want to.
I don't think an artist can answer you this, you know, because it's something that comes naturally. Of course, you get trapped sometimes and you repeat yourself, you know, but you don't understand it. But it's not an easy task, you know. You have to free your mind and try to follow a new path that you haven't followed before. Your ear will judge, but again, it's not difficult to get trapped.
Right, I imagine so,
because you have already so many albums in your back. You have to,
and you don't want to stray too far because you have Septicflesh fans, right? So you got to kind of stay.
Of course, 4 years is too much, but there was no other way, you know. After COVID, it was a bit strange, the thing, you know, how they move.
When you sit down to write a record, are you sitting down with like a theme already in mind, or does it just kind of evolve as you go?
It depends what your imagination or inspirations will lead you, you know. It's maybe an idea that can come from outside. Maybe, you know, something that you can hear, something that you play in the piano and the guitar. You can evolve this theme and create a song.
Okay.
Or a rhythmical pattern. Everything that is you can filter and will fit in your music, you can use it.
Right, and I guess when you're adding like the orchestra and all that stuff, you kind of open the field to a lot more than just
of course, you
distorted guitar
and more weapons to your disposal.
And that probably helps vary too, right, from record to record.
Of course. There the possibilities are unlimited, but again, although art is unlimited, you know.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
No, but I mean, imagine you probably could find yourself pretty quickly, right?
Yes, but you will be judged.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And you know, you have to know that you will be judged. You have to know.
Okay, so I know she gave us a thing. Give me one more. What are you looking forward to seeing? Any bands you're looking forward to seeing on the boat?
Well, I didn't have the chance to see the bill yet, you know, and I'm a bit dizzy with the aeroplane and this stuff. 2018, I watched Meshuggah.
Yeah.
I would try to see Emperor. I couldn't see them yesterday, but you know, I saw Exteo, was good, very good.
Yeah.
We shall see, you know. Whatever comes, I will go when I have the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. That's all I had. I appreciate you taking the time,
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, before we go, can I do the obligatory selfie?
Yeah, of course.
Always a fan. I think once you stop being a fan, though, it's time to give up, right? Thank you, my friend. Travel safe.
Thank you very much.
When are you guys on? Tonight?
No, we played yesterday. We play now on Sunday.
When's the next? Sunday's the next one?
In the morning at noon.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's quite a venue. I don't think there's many like that around, right?
Well, it will not be our best because we are a very atmospheric band, you know.
Right.
It's not a cup of tea, but